for himself. He'd been damn lucky to get his current break, and he didn't want to fuck it up. Mom and Dad aren't getting any younger, bro. How long do you think you have? Xander answered. They're both in good health and pretty damn active, but they won't be around forever. Dad is still playing tennis and golfing like a pro, and Mom can work circles around other women her age and younger. They aren't going anywhere. I can wait until this movie is done, Julian insisted. He was starting to get angry at his little brother for trying to guilt him into going to their parents' place with him tomorrow. Considering that he was a music superstar, Xander looked pretty relaxed in a pair of black boots, jeans, and a black t-shirt underneath his dark leather jacket. He never seemed stressed over concerts, touring schedules, recording, or the rest of his busy life. And Xander always put family first. Fame hadn't seemed to change Julian's younger brother much at all. Unfortunately, living close to Xander meant that Julian got frequent visits from his younger brother, since they lived only about 15 miles apart. Micah, who was headquartered on the East Coast, visited when he was in town for business, so Julian's interaction with his older brother was sporadic. It wasn't that Julian didn't care about his family, but since he lived a completely different lifestyle, he felt like none of them could relate to his struggles. Being reminded by his siblings and parents that he actually had a portfolio worth billions of dollars, which his father had settled on his kids when he'd retired, could tempt Julian to give in and use his money and connections. It would be so much easier, but it wouldn't feel the same as making it completely on his own. Xander rose and kicked the chair out from under his butt, easily catching the back of it to return it to its place against the table. I give up. I promised the folks I'd do what I could to bring you with me, but I can't make you understand that you're being a self-centered asshole to parents who love you regardless of what you've achieved. Julian rose, furious now. It's not like I'm sitting on my ass doing nothing. My career matters, damn it. I know that. Mine matters too. But your priorities are all fucked up, Julian. We're lucky to have great parents. All of us were raised in a life of privilege, and unlike our cousins, we had a great mom and dad who've always been supportive of whatever our personal dreams might be. I'm never too busy to go see them, because I want to spend time with them. Yeah, you were always their precious baby boy, Julian sneered as he stepped up nose to nose with his sibling. Xander slammed Julian in the chest to push him back. Bullshit. They never played favorites with any of us, and you know it. You want to justify the fact that you're a dick? Go ahead. Tell yourself whatever makes you feel better. Just remember, you may regret not seeing them more often someday. Julian flinched as Xander walked out of his apartment and slammed the door. Fuck him, he cursed as he strode back to the table and picked up his movie script. I'll make it up to Mom and Dad once the movie is done. He'd eventually apologized to Xander, too, for his angry words. Honestly, Julian's parents hadn't played favorites with their children. But he and his brothers were close in age, and Micah had always been brilliant with business, and eventually special because he was skilled with extreme sports. Xander had excelled as a gifted musician from a very young age. And I'm still trying to find my damn place in the world. It wasn't that Julian hadn't gotten the same amount of attention. It had just been different. He'd been a kid who'd liked books and movies. Pretty boring when one compared his childhood interests with Micah's and Xander's talents. But his mom never failed to discuss the books he was reading with him, and his dad took him to movies and shows that he wanted to see on opening day. Nothing his parents or brothers had done had caused Julian's discontent. He just wanted to be extraordinary in his own way, which was why he needed to make it without using the Sinclair connections or money. He forgot Xander's words a few moments later as he focused on movie scenes. The next time he thought about what Xander had said, it was at his parents' funeral. They were both dead, and Xander was in the hospital, clinging to life. Julian had been wrong. He'd never gotten the chance to make anything up to his parents, and Xander had been right. Julian had what seemed like a million regrets, and even though he wanted to turn back the clock and do things in his adult life with his parents all over again, he couldn't. There were no do-overs, and no second chances sometimes. Life wasn't like a movie or a Broadway show, where you could have multiple takes.